Now it's working. Okay, just go with it.
Okay! Technical difficulties! Yeah, the best. Okay.
Theory is magic. We're good at computers.
Yay!
Yay! Well, 2 of us are good at computers, and then when you throw someone else who's in there with, like, 5 minutes of, yeah, just do the thing, sometimes we don't know how to, do the thing.
Do the thing.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, we are here on Sunday, July 15th, 2018. And we're going to do some live deck
Your
building.
name is, as always, Grandpa's.
And my name is, as always, Grandpa's.
Several terrible Scootaloo jokes later.
They may have been able to hear those.
Anyway, what are we doing this time?
We're doing some live deck building. We're going to do some live deck building because we got some very exciting news recently from Enterplay's Facebook page that there will, in fact, be organized events at BronyCon.
Oh.
Yay.
Miles?
Ponies.
Piles?
I have a
Did you say
reason to-
smiles or piles?
I have-
Miles.
I have
Either
something.
or.
I have something to do at the con now.
Yeah, that's only like 2 weeks away.
Is it really?
Towards con season here.
Is it really that
Yeah.
far? I think it's less than 2 weeks now, isn't it?
Wait,
Nope.
it's a little bit less than 2 because it starts on.
It's like 2 weeks. It's close enough.
It's 2 weekends away.
Okay.
I don't want to hear any arguments about Friday not being a part of the weekend during a con weekend.
Friday
starts on
Friday is
Thursday.
not a part of the weekend if you have to take a day off from work for it.
So what do you mean that Thursday isn't a weekend? Because that flight's really long.
Thursday is most definitely not a weekend.
I leave on Thursday.
Yeah, so do I. That's a really long flight.
I sit at work on Thursday.
It is a long flight. No
Anyway,
direct flights.
the relation to that event to what we're doing tonight was, since they're going to have a some interesting tournaments being set up there, we kind of caught the deck building fever. It's been a while since we've had a chance to deck build live, and we had a great time last time, and it seems like several others who were streaming today also kind of caught the bug. So we're going to take a crack at it, but we're going to have a little bit of fun with it in our own way and impose some self-restrictions.
See, I'm in a mono
No
Scootaloo
items.
deck.
Fox only. Final destination.
Mono Scootaloo.
Only Mare.
Fight me. I hope you
No,
could. I hope you could hear the capitalization in that verbal statement, Aura.
Capital F, lowercase I, lowercase g, lowercase h, lowercase t.
You are the worst.
Space.
Fight me. Anyway, one of the things that is a lot of fun about the current environment for the MLPCCG is there's a lot of new people that are actually being introduced to this through playgroups that have started to grow around their local community. We see new people asking questions about the game or where they can play or where they can obtain product pretty frequently.
Someone just asked a question on Reddit 2 days ago.
Yep. And so in
By
the
which I mean 8 hours ago.
There you go. And so in the interest of giving these newer players some options to look at, and allowing those of you who may have difficulty finding older product, or maybe haven't been playing the game quite as long and had a chance to build up a massive collection of Premier block cards, we're going to be focusing on a couple of other deck styles here. Specifically, the first one we're going to be looking at is a Pauper deck. At least that's the goal. For those of you who have not heard of Pauper before, Pauper is kind of a custom fan format where you are only allowed to use commons, uncommons, and fixed rarity cards. You cannot use promos, nor can you use rares or anything above. Super rares, royal rares, ultra rares, doesn't matter.
You are allowed to use promos provided that they have a legal regular version.
Okay, sure, if we're being technical, but Ponyhead doesn't discriminate.
Ponyhead does not discriminate, this is true. Gameplay exclusive promos, I believe, is the...
Correct. So no Mod Pie, Let's Play Camo.
But I like my camo mods.
I like camo mod too, but she's not core legal.
Or pauper legal.
Or pauper legal. So, we're going to be focusing on a core pauper deck to begin with. We'll see what inspiration kind of strikes us. But
you said inspiration. I think you mean the other thing. Madness. That's it.
determination?
No, madness. I'm pretty sure it's madness.
It could be madness. Well,
Happiness?
I mean, maybe happiness if the deck ends up working. We'll have to see how that goes. With that, let's go ahead and jump over to our favorite deck building website, Ponyhead, and see what we can do. Okay. So,
Infinity and beyond.
there's a few cards here, and normally we can kind of sit there and start with a main, but even that feels a little overwhelming here. So where do you guys want to start? We're talking about a deck that is going to mostly revolve around commons and uncommon cards, with maybe some fixed cards in there if they're appropriate.
Well, so when was the last time we looked at the Popper meta?
The last time we had a Pauper tournament, to the best of my knowledge, was at BabsCon 2017? Maybe 2016?
Everfree would have run one.
Did they run a Pauper?
Yes, it was.
Oh
Holy
yeah, that
kind.
was. I remember that. It was just after the day one, or the Swiss portion of the tournament.
We had pauper combo.
So
Right.
has Sequestria given us any really interesting common cards to build around? Or common or uncommon?
Well, let's take a look, because that has been the newest set. So let's go down to Sequestria here. And the first thing we notice is all of the mains are completely legal.
I mean, we've got Party Mare, who is just insane.
Party Mare is very good.
But we don't have Poppy.
We don't have Poppy. I'm aware of this, but Party Mare is still really good.
Loyal Pony is a good card. Orange has some resource removal that it can actually play now, which is kind of nice. Pink gets some decent card draw. Pink has actually quite a few options here. And of course, Pink is very strong when we take into account DOE as well, when you've got things like Berry Punch, Orange Swirl, and Belly Flop.
All at common, yeah.
Those are all not bad. White gets Rarity, and unfortunately that's about it. Yellow gets Brian, so that's kind of cool. It can protect some of the bigger things. As for the multicolor cards here, the ones that aren't rare that are probably most desirable would be like Twilight and Spike are uncommon.
Flutterjack.
Oh,
Shoeshine's
yeah, those are
uncommon.
uncommon. Yikes.
Mullet.
You know, something that might be interesting to try to do, because though a lot of Popper decks end up being aggro, because that's, well, what you have access to. Maybe interesting to try to do like a troublemaker control. I was just looking at the Spike and Twilight card, the uncommon in Sequestria.
Oh, the blue-purple one?
Yeah, the blue-purple. Which I think at Everfree in Draft or Sealed, had a pretty fun deck with that, which is pretty close to Popper.
Well, we can certainly take a crack at that. How does everyone feel about trying a troublemaker control deck at Pauper?
Blue, purple, orange. I'm slashing orange for one card.
Factory
Which
Jacks.
card?
It's Factory Jack.
Okay, so what we're going? What Tempest? It's got to be Tempest, right?
It's Tempest Grubber.
Paper Twilight is legal.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get the mandatory cards we know are in here. So we are in core,
Yep.
which means we're running a full play set of Paper Twilights.
Yep.
And because we're running Tempest as our main,
Mandatory Grubbers.
mandatory grubbers. Unfortunately, Mimics is out this time, so we can't
No
tax our
Mimics.
opponent with that. but that's
Armosby is still a good choice.
Armosby's okay, but it's less important when you're not having to block epics from being farmed.
This is true, so
Well, hold
Squid
on,
Face
we're-
is probably better.
We're not quite done with mandatory cards yet either.
You also have skeleton soldiers. Like,
Skeleton
soldiers.
Skeleton soldiers are pretty good if we're looking for troublemakers that we can constantly replay. Ara, what's the next thing that you're saying is mandatory?
Trading traditions and factory jack, not even a thought otherwise. Let's face it, you're in purple. You're going to do this.
Alright, well, we will include at least one trading traditions, and we'll include some factory jacks as well. This is also kind of a good mini primer for identifying what certain decks need to be able to succeed. A troublemaker deck doesn't have the same aggressive power that, say, a blue-pink deck is going to have, or, you know, a white-yellow deck. So it has to find a way to make its own value. And if that's not through point gain or super efficient movement, then it needs to be through something else, and in this case, it's through AT generation. So we're starting off with 6 friends that can all generate AT for us that basically become AT neutral the turn after they're played and generate additional value beyond that point. And
if we do decide that purple, or that splashing for orange isn't tenable, which can happen, believe it or not, Ara, we have Sephora as an option as well.
yeah.
Eccentric Sakura?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We have access to blackmail, right? Yeah, we basically have access to all the problems in core, right?
So do we want to grab
no multicolor?
Do we want to grab some of the problems that we know we want to do for troublemaker control?
Blackmail.
So blackmail is good. There's hysterical recreation, which is
hysterical recreation is good.
Halfway across Equestria.
Halfway across is okay, but it's very difficult to confront. I like entrance exam a lot, though.
Yeah, entrance exam. And potentially trouble with Trixie.
Maybe?
Eh.
It is a bit low on foot. But yeah, like halfway is amazing.
I would rather do halfway or spell showdown. Spell showdown requires spells, though.
It does.
Or events.
Halfway is definitely not bad. Easy as cake also isn't bad in this format, just because you're going to have a tendency to play wider. Since your friends can't necessarily have as much value, there's no rescue party, so you can't just have a single 6-power body without having to invest more into it than that.
Can't be frightened.
Plus, you protect your troublemakers.
Mm-hmm. So there's there's a number of
let's
options.
See what we like. I think we have 7. We can come back to the other 3 later.
Okay, so
It's so weird choosing problems before like you try to go and build the deck, and you're like, wait, where's my problem deck?
So let's take a look and see what other troublemakers. Skeleton soldiers are nice because they are effectively infinite troublemakers. When they're defeated, they go back into their owner's hands. So as long as our opponent is not replacing problems, which I don't think they're going to have an easy way to do in Pauper.
There's one way.
Which is?
The dilemma.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Just clowning around.
Just clowning around.
Yeah, I think the...
Which I would run in pink aggro, so...
So how do you win, really, is the question. I think it's pretty much the same you would do in... you hope you can get the blackmail. But pretty much probably the same way you do it in control and just core in general.
You confront 15 times.
Yeah, you just sit behind something and confront.
Yeah. Navy Tiger is asking what the win condition is. In Troublemaker Control and Pauper, basically all of your point acceleration methods outside of blackmail are gone. So we can't use photo finish, we can't use the throne, we can't use
we
Luna.
could use Back in Black.
Probably not going to use Back in Black.
But we could!
But we could.
Let's splash into white and use Pirate Rarity.
I believe she's a rare.
Pirate Rarity is a
all
rare.
of those are rares, aren't they? Yeah.
Scootaloo, however, is not.
Or higher.
Dang it.
You just need to win face-offs with her.
I'd rather not go 4-color on our Pauper deck here. That might be a little greedy.
I mean, we still have Barrel.
Okay, well, before we get back to the Troublemakers, we know that we're going to need to reserve some slots for those, right? So let's call it 10 slots about.
10 seems high.
You want to go down to
9?
9? I
would rather do 9 or 8.
Let's start with 9 total.
Okay, so we'll have another 6 troublemakers we can come back to. In the meantime, let's get the rest of our deck set up here. So, we know we're going to have 45 cards. What else are we going to need?
Barrel.
Why not 50?
Resource dismissal.
Resource dismissal.
Barrel.
Resource removal.
Luna,
we need to stop calling it dismissal.
Now,
Luna's future.
back in my day, we only
Do we
had
want it to
resource
be Luna's
dismissal.
future, though?
So, Luna's future has added value of
It's a good default.
letting us also put power counters on a troublemaker.
Yes.
Yeah.
And generally speaking, I feel like a modal card for resource removal is going to be better in Pauper because there are quite a few resources that we're not going to have to deal with. Desert Road isn't going to be there, Styx not going to be there, Spooky Ruins isn't going to be there. So there's a good chance our opponent might not be playing any resources we really want to remove. So making sure that the cards in our decks are not just dead, like, say, Special Beam Cannon would be, Luna's Future can have extra value.
Yeah, I knew all this, but I wanted us to say it rather than just say it. Let's do Luna's Future and not discuss why.
Right, for sure. I was not lecturing you.
So which control events do we lose access to? Because I think we lose...
Napcakes and Portal are gone, but we have Magicite.
Napcakes is gone? Wow.
Yes.
Napcakes is gone. We can't play Rest in Pieces.
We have Star Soul Research.
Yeah, but that's not a control card.
Yeah, in a troublemaker control deck, it kind of is. Guaranteeing a 7 for a flip.
It can be, but yeah. I don't know how much I'd particularly want to run it.
I think I'd rather run Magicite if we're going to do that.
Yeah, I would almost always rather run Magicite or Burning Bridges, if not both. Though I think Magicite plus Twilight and Spike is sufficient if we're running Twilight and Spike.
Yeah, I think we should definitely be running Twilight and Spike.
So you said you wanted to...
We can also run Spike.
Yes, we can, which is the first thing she said.
You run... Oh yeah, you run both.
So we know we want to run...
because you move both of them.
We know we want to run Twilight and Spike. So let's add those in right now.
We need some color fixing.
And yes, we are.
Barrel.
Barrel.
Barrels are mandatory.
Jeez, say barrel.
Motivational speech.
Dang it.
Also known as Bad Barrel. I know it's not Bad Barrel.
It's
bad in the
when
decks
you're
that
running
I build.
5,000 colors.
It serves a different purpose. Motivational speech is better in many situations and worse in others.
I mean, do we want... So, hey, I think we need Singing Barrel, but for our... Because we still need more entry. And for that, do we want friends or do we still want motivational speech?
So, a lot of this comes down to if we're going to be running Factory Jack. That is, again, an if. Then we're starting Trading Traditions. And is the value presented by Factory Jack, even if she's not in our opening hand, so great that we would never name anything but orange? Or could we conceivably have other blue friends that we might want to play?
That is indeed the question.
Anemoy brings up the suggestion of exposed inequality as one of the problems, and that's a pretty decent choice as well. It's a low confront requirement, but it can stop the opponent.
That's a troublemaker.
I'm sorry, I was thinking of
Equalist propaganda.
Equalist propaganda, yeah. Exposed inequality is the one that moves one of your characters.
Yes.
Yes.
It's okay. It has synergies with Spike, but otherwise it doesn't protect itself. And while it has the same power and point total as Skeleton Soldiers, it doesn't return itself. A consideration, though.
Do we have any way to play Troublemakers at immediate or main phase in Pauper? Are Twilight and Rarity playable, or are they rare?
I don't...
They're rare.
Okay.
And Starlight Glimmer is a rare as well. Now, we can run Captain Seleno, who allows Troublemakers played here to enter play face up. It also gives us a body that we can play off of.
Ah, yes, sir. Ooh, that's tempting.
It's a low flip, but it's not bad.
I mean, we're already running 0s and 2s.
Mm-hmm.
And 1s. I think Spike is a 1. I think I think this deck will play more like Zippo than other troublemaker control.
Make them not
decks.
confront, or not be able to challenge, rather than let them try and win the face-off, yes.
Okay, so do we want to include some Selenos then?
We can stick them in for now.
Throw a pair of them in there and see how that comes back to help. I also like the idea of putting Zecora in here because Zecora also helps prevent confrontations.
Yes, that's the thing. She's eccentric 3. Yeah. I think she's actually really good here.
Alright. So let's see what other options we have that could potentially work.
So there is Storm King, but I think we have a lot of AT generation already.
We do, and he's 4 cost, which is pretty tough.
Yeah.
He'd definitely get his value back if he lives. That's not a question.
As you pointed out, though, we're in an environment full of fairy flops.
Right. So we have to be wary of that. We don't want our deck to depend too much on any single friend that we have, if we can avoid it. Let's take a look at the other multicolor cards that are present in our blue-purple color combination, though. Shining Armor can get us AT generation when we win a face-off and can also be played off of Trading Tradition.
Oh, Zeroed Out is uncommon.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what?
Zeroed Out is not a bad choice.
And we can Luna's Future her.
And it's interplay put from your deck search. Okay, yeah.
Yes.
So we can pull a lot of our troublemakers
That's-
right out of our deck.
That's some value.
We could run 1 Skeleton Soldiers and just find it with Twilight.
I like the idea of putting a couple Zeroed Outs there.
Yeah, because those take the place of troublemakers, and they also provide a friend.
Let's
Oh,
see.
We do at some point have to confront.
That's true. Now, the other 2 cards we got in DOE for blue-purple were not stellar. Flintheart is okay, but he's rare, so we can't run him. Now, Quibble Pants, given
just
that
saves us AT.
he does save us AT, but he also puts a troublemaker from our hand into play face-up and has Meticulous 1. So...
Oh, that's just better than Seleno.
That is just better than Selena.
apart from the fact that he's multicolor. But yeah, I think we can run 2 of him. And so with 2 zeroed outs and 2 Quibble Pants in there, no matter where those troublemakers are, we can basically get them into play immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing is we can't get back from discard pile, but oh well.
Yeah.
I mean, we could splash white for it's going to work. Because I know everyone wants to play 4-color Pauper control.
I think we said we're going to try to stay away from that if at all possible.
I mean, if we're going to do that, we should go into pink instead so we can get access to some other dumb stuff. Like,
I mean,
fairy
you don't
flops.
have to stop at 4. We are running Singing Barrel.
Let's take a look at blue and see if there's anything in here we may potentially want to run.
Yeah, because if you're even...
Yeah, I was looking at a
No.
bunch of these cards and I was like, wait, no, can't, no, doesn't work. No.
That one. Thunderlink. Wait, crap.
I run Pipsqueak and farm around trouble.
All our 0-point troublemakers?
Yeah.
Would be so good.
Is there any frighten in blue? I think there's some blue events that frighten, but is there any
There's
friends?
Sepakli.
Any friends at Pauper that would help us for frightening?
Not at Pauper from what I'm seeing. I'm going through and looking at all of them. And there's Lyra, who has no text, as we know.
Yeah.
There are synergies with Frighten for sure. No, that's not true. We have Babseed, who has extra power for every Frightened friend. But I don't think we're going to have a ton of
Just
Frighten.
Frighten, yeah.
And she does frighten.
The question is, do we want to
I don't
spend
think it's
4 AT
worth
to
it,
Frighten?
though.
I think I'd rather run Sepakli attack.
Yeah.
Although there is... Oh no, tank is a rare. We can't run tank. That's too bad.
Nope.
Tank is
We can,
excellent.
however, run tank as entry.
We could run tank as entry, yes.
That sounds fantastic.
The one that draws you the card?
Yes.
Yeah, draw a discard.
Yeah, okay.
We'll run a pair of him.
I want to run Rutherford.
Well, then play a different format.
Why can't I hold all these cards?
Okay. Let's check out some of the blue events. Anemoy suggests Sequestria Rainbow Dash entry. It's a decent choice since we'll have some value of other characters that we can move. So if we determine that we need a lot more entry, I think that running Rainbow Dash as another 2 or so is probably a good choice. Right now we're sitting at 6 entry into blue.
The theory here being that it is very rare that you'll call blue with trading traditions, but sometimes if you just don't get a factory jack, then maybe.
You might as well save the AT.
I think...
Yeah.
It's also possible we could
always have to call.
We might just not run Factory Jack if we're running Sakura and Quibble Pants and Paper Twilight.
There's a lot of AT saving / generation already.
And are we running Shining Armor?
We are not currently running Shining Armor, but we could. Although that's less relevant when our main is Tempest and can guaranteed flip turn 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still...
He's a competitive 2 that can get us more AT when we win a Troublemaker face-off.
Yeah.
So it's
if
not
they
a
ever
terrible
challenge,
choice.
so yeah.
Now we can't run Storm of Justice, so that point acceleration is out. We could run Call in the Dream Cavalry with Spike, who is kind of hilarious.
Yeah, it can get funny.
We have, let's see, that's just winning problem face-offs, so the rest of the blue events are not great. Let's take a look at some of the purple events that we haven't added yet. The only thing we have in there is Luna's Future. I think we're okay running some Frozen in Magicites, yeah?
I definitely want to run Magicite.
Magicite
I would not say no to Burning Bridge.
Yeah, that thing.
You want a pair of those?
Oh, or would we rather just save the AT and run Emergency instead, even though it's not immediate?
I would want the immediate.
The immediate's pretty nice, although there's the other option of running, Ever Vigilant, which could allow us to move Spike. But if that's the only thing that we're getting off of the move, then it's probably not worth it.
No.
Yeah.
And
we have... Well, actually, hold on. So right now we have Sepakli attack, and we have Magicite, and we have Twilight and Spike, and we have Spike. I don't think we need another immediate source.
That is true, actually.
You think we're okay on control?
Like, I think if we were going to do something else, I would want to just save the AT and run Betrayed.
So, there's another option that I think we always forget for control. Betrayed is a card.
I just said that.
Oh, I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I just said I'd rather save the AT and run Betrayed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, do a Betrayed over Sepakli. I mean, that's even harder
over Burning Bridges. I mean...
Sepakli as an immediate speed Frighten is still a great card.
Yeah.
It is, but then you've got all this immediate speed movement that seems like it would
I thought it was called Burrito Attack.
It is Burrito Attack, but for some reason we're referring to it by its proper name here.
Sepakli stops immediate movement just as well as Burning Bridges does, aside from moving their main. And that's what Magicite and Twilight and Spike are for.
Yeah, and that's, I guess, my argument there is, if you're going to run immediate speed somethings, I guess in this case I'd almost prefer Burning Bridges, because Sepakli attack, yeah, sure, it does frighten at immediate speed, but you know what? That doesn't work on mains.
It doesn't, but it gets rid of diligent counters.
On things that aren't mains.
On things that aren't mains.
I suppose that's true. But then you've got copies of Betrayed.
Yeah, it also turns off annoying abilities.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'd be running Betrayed, because you can play that off just Tempest and don't need to be in blue.
Yeah.
Over Sepakli.
How many cards are we at?
Well,
38.
we're at 39. We're at 39 right now, and we've only got 6 entry into blue, and we've only got 3 troublemakers. So let's go back and visit the troublemakers again, then we'll mess with entry. As it currently sits, I'm kind of feeling dropping Factory Jack.
I think drop Factory Jack and run, what's his name instead? Shining Armor.
Regret.
Well, let's hold off on adding more in there, because we may need those card slots in a moment.
Sure. Well, I was just swapping them out, but yeah.
Right, I think we need more than just 6 card slots, is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Because we're not going to have enough to play a decent suite of troublemakers as
9?
well as entry. 8.
8. Okay.
Because we're only at 6 blue entry right now.
Yeah.
Which also means...
Well, that's less relevant if we're running Creative Traditions.
I mean, yes. Okay.
Skeleton Soldiers.
Skeleton Soldiers. Run like 2 of those.
Why not 3?
I think we only need 2 because we have zeroed out.
Alright. What other... I kind of forget what the rest of Troublemakers do.
I think Squid Face is probably our best choice.
Squizzard is a decent choice, especially because, hey, you thought there were few options for interacting with AJ main in, like, core constructed. Pauper just gets terrible.
I don't know, I think this deck has a pretty good matchup against AJ.
Anemoy says that main phase Frighten disrupts attempts to challenge. That's not necessarily true. It does prevent, or it doesn't prevent the opponent from challenging. As long as they have any body there, they can still challenge. Now, yes, they're going to be more likely to lose the face-off if you Frighten. But again, if that 1 AT is worth the opponent frightening and potentially planning their turn around that, and you can do it at immediate speed instead, that's the value that Sepakli attack presents. Navy Tiger says that Changeling can change is always useful. It's not necessarily always useful. Let's look at the modes that we have here. You can move 2 characters, you can challenge an opposing troublemaker, or you can pay 3 less for your next friend. We only have 2 different friends here who actually cost 3. That means that mode itself is getting less value. And we don't care as much about main phase movement for our stuff, because we can move stuff at immediate speed with Twilight Sparkle and Spike.
Yeah. However, it does bring up a good point of we have no way of dealing with opposing troublemakers right now. I think we should run a single Aramosby for zeroed out to find, just so that we can actually sit behind stuff. And it might not be a bad idea to run some what are those called?
That's good points.
D20s, natural 20s.
D20s? But that just turns them face down. Why would...
Because we have Aramosby.
So here's the question. How much opposing troublemaker control do you expect to see in Pauper?
Right now, because this is the only Pauper core deck I'm aware of, 100% of the meta.
I mean, that's probably fair. As long as you have decent answers to aggro trying to go fast, which this is a control deck, so you do. Control tends to be where the upper end of tournaments like this typically go.
We could run Discord on a roll as a counter to AJ.
You may remove a counter from a ready card. I mean, yeah.
Also good against Cutie Mark friends, which you'll probably see a lot of. The entry, anyway.
It seems weird, but it's a 5-power body.
Yeah, I would only run 1. We've got a toolbox suite here. We might as well.
Yeah, we have a lot of ways to find specific troublemakers.
By which you mean Tempest and however many zeroed outs we have. Is it a full 3?
Right, and also put them into play face up as well.
Sure.
And let's face it, Tempest just says find a grubber.
Yeah.
Usually.
No, I don't know what else I would look for here.
No.
You can't have those.
But
No. Can
it's my baby.
no,
Do
cannot
we
have.
wanna
Can't
run-
high-as.
Do we want to run Garble?
Why did I put a bugbear in there? Oh,
Although
I
I'm
meant to
annoyed.
click Arimosby. Okay, so we're at 3 Grubbers, 2 Squizzards, 2 Skeleton Soldiers, a Discord, and an Arimosby. So we're 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Sounds
Oh.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good.
And we've got 3 slots left for a little bit of additional blue entry.
I'd say Shining Armor.
We can do that.
What
It's
is-
more AT generation.
Entry Shining Armor? Wait, what does he do?
Yep.
He's 2-1-1-2, competitive 2. When you win a Troublemaker face-off, gain an AT. He's entry because
him.
trading
Okay.
traditions.
Yeah, sure.
He is indeed another body. Okay, so now we need to go back and take a look at our problem deck again. Fill in a couple slots here.
What's our event total?
Not enough to where I think we'd want to run Spell Showdown. We're only at
Okay.
11.
Yeah, that's not quite enough.
Halfway's not bad.
Isn't there a problem that says your troublemakers here have +1 power for each of your characters here?
We are
Yeah,
running
it's
2
already
of them.
there.
Oh, we are already?
And
Okay,
it-
cool.
Oh yeah,
It's your Troublemakers, not your Troublemakers here.
Oh, your troublemakers. Okay.
your troublemakers anywhere. We could use to Griffinstone, which is interesting.
No.
You'd normally be coming off of a DFO or something.
Yeah, like moving Spike has little value at that
Does
point.
not seem particularly relevant.
What about Daring Escape then?
That one's more fun, but are you going to get the 4 blue to proc it?
Well, let's take a look at our blue. 3 tanks, 3 Shining Armors, 2 Twilight Zero Doubts, 2 Quibble Pants, 3 Twilight and Spike Ultimate Organizers, and some Singing Barrels, which honestly at this point should probably be motivational speech.
I mean, yes, they should know. I mean, the only reason you wouldn't is if you care about resource dismissal removing them, but
The benefit of having your main constantly be blue
is
pretty
Yeah.
high. I also like the fact that that blue problem has 0 bonus.
Yes.
So even though it's easier for our opponent to confront, they're not getting a lot out of it. And it does let us
It's
move
also-
Spike at immediate speed.
It's also basically impossible for them to start single problem face-off there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Not 100% impossible, but pretty hard.
I'm going to put a pair of them in for now.
Sure. And another trading traditions, or
I think we
no,
should
I
go-
know what a good one is.
No, we should
Seeking
do,
a Scepter.
Towards confronting this problem. It'll make it difficult for us to confront, but yeah, that's a decent choice. Aura, what were you suggesting?
Equals propaganda.
Equalus would prevent our opponent from being able to catch up.
Kind like, but again, there's not a whole lot of point acceleration
In Popper and
in Popper.
like it just stops if they have a 2 bonus or 3 bonus problem.
Yeah.
Actually, are there any 3 bonus problems
Yes,
in
there
4?
is. There's one.
Yep.
Exactly one.
I
Yellow.
don't know. I'll leave the decision up to you guys. I would probably lean more towards...
I like Scepter a lot.
I mean, if you're going to do that, you could also go blending in and guarantee that they'll never be able to start a single problem face-off because you just name Mauve every time it matters.
Well, remember, Blending In's modifier does not end at the end of turn.
Ugh.
We'll throw one Seeking the Scepter to appease Bugle so we can get to the next deck.
No, we're not done yet.
We've got one more for you this evening.
No. I meant we're not done with this deck yet because it doesn't have the most important part:
A name?
a name.
Let's see. This looks interesting.
There's a decent amount of troublemaker control that's taking place here. Here, I'll zoom in a bit so people can see a little bit better. Got some frightening.
What are our most key cards here?
Twilight and Spike. Um, that's scrolling up.
Shadow Organizers.
We'll deal with the name later. We don't have time to mess with this right now. Keep thinking of this, and we'll get to the next deck.
What is our next deck?
Well,
Or what is the theme?
the theme of the next deck is going to be even more restrictive than what we already have.
If you thought that one was kind of weird and off the wall, well, you ain't seen nothing yet.
No, we're gonna do Beyond Block here.
Oh yeah.
Beyond Block, you say. What is Beyond Block?
Sequestria only. Final Destination.
Oh, I forgot that I added that.
Yeah, you did. It's there as an option. I mean, I could have just gone to sets
Yeah,
and
it's been there the
Sequestria,
whole time. Yeah.
but that is a card that could be done.
Okay, so we have 6 mains. Let's not pick Tempest. So we have 5 mains.
Skystar.
I mean, Skystar is the one to go with, either that or Seleno.
Don't want Capper.
Wait, can
Capper
we?
control.
Wait,
Okay.
can't we Seleno combo in Beyond Block?
We can Seleno combo, but like every 3-color deck that we've built using this has been pink, blue, yellow. And I mean, I understand there's a reason why. I'm not saying it's not a good reason. It is a good reason.
I mean, you say we can Seleno combo, but what do we have besides the 3 easiest 5s?
Don't we have Nat 20?
No.
Is that?
Was that in the movie? No, it was not.
It wasn't. Oh, that's DOE. Okay. Yeah, no, that makes it a lot harder.
Yeah. Chat, by the way, while we're thinking of this, post your suggestions for names for that first deck list. Also, I'll post it in chat.
I mean, I do like some blue, pink, yellow aggro.
So we're just going to, like, running Celestia as a goal.
Sure.
We could run Celestia, or we could try and force Luna.
Sounds terrible.
Forcing Luna seems much harder.
It also seems much more relevant because then you've got Luna just sitting there being like, I'm scary.
Okay, so you were talking about Seleno combo, but we also have the infinite power, infinite movement combo in blue, pink, yellow if we do that. So we could.
It always comes back to combo, doesn't it?
It always comes back to combo. You knew what you were getting
blue
into.
Yellow, since you keep telling me problems don't count.
I mean, that's technically fair.
I mean, Celestia is just a good aggro card in Beyond Block.
I mean, it's true. She is, and you don't have to worry about berry flop. So
yeah.
What? So, you know what we do have though in pink, blue, yellow?
What?
It's time to be awesome.
Pinky and Skystar.
Oh, we do have Pinky and Skystar.
I do love me some Pinky Skystars.
Pinky Skystar pretty good.
Okay.
Okay.
So, all right, are we just making this into a transform shenanigans deck?
So there's a couple things we can do, right? You can do transform. You can do like just Skystar things in general, but Skystar becomes a lot worse when you don't have belly flop. You can do Seleno things, and she also gets us entry into one of our more primary colors if we're doing like the combo stuff. Skystar yellow is pretty good. Capper is just no.
No Capper.
No Grubber.
Oh yeah, and,
no Grubber.
No.
So one thing we do need to bring up is that no matter what, our problem deck is going to require a minimum of 3 colors.
Yes. So perhaps we should start there. That's an easy thing.
There are
Well, but we still need to pick our 3 colors.
yes, but there are 8 problems in core, 1 for each color, and 2 colorless. So no matter what, it will be tricolor. The problem deck, anyway.
Yep. So now is the point at which we should decide which tricolor combination we're going with. I mean, it's very easy to say that most of the value will be generated in either going with Celestia's colors or Luna's colors, because those cards are very, very powerful. And if we look at the problems that are going to be easiest for us, Daring Escape is relatively easy to confront, Banking is relatively easy, Swaying the Sea Ponies is much harder. But...
And
What,
oh
that
my,
3
is that a
bonus,
3?
yo?
But that 3 bonus.
I see a 3 in the little box there. That's scary.
Caught Off Guard is an 8. Down the Drain is a 6. That's easy to confront. Easy as Cake is an 8.
Swaying the Sea Ponies is easier than it looks because every move comes with a free move. Well, your first move comes with a free move.
Animoy suggests TMTB for our name of the previous deck, which stands for Troublemaker Toolbox.
I was looking at that and I was trying to figure out a way to put an N in there and ditch the D.
Yeah.
Now, see, I'm very disappointed in you all because normally you love to just torture me with Tempest's improper name. So get on that.
Something Fizzlepop. Something.
Obligatory hissing.
What a berry twist! Anyway.
I'm still very proud of Zippo Twist.
Oh, come on. Just call it Troublemaker Twist. There you go. You're done.
We'll call it something. Anyway, let's get back to the task at hand here. What are we doing? Are we doing pink, blue, yellow, or are we doing orange, white, purple?
We should do
pink, blue,
yellow.
Okay.
Because we basically just tried to do...
We just did
orange.
control. So you know what's in pink? You know what's in pink? You know what's in pink? And combos with a card in blue and yellow?
What's in pink?
The everyone's favorite pink ultra rare. That's not vinyl.
Alright, we can do main 6 shenanigans.
Oh yeah, we're not limited to...
We can't party hard, but we can
shoe shine them all.
Shine a lot of shoes.
Yeah, main 6 shoe shine.
So we're running Sky
No
Star.
poppies.
I saw you looking at Poppy.
Not looking at Poppy.
Okay, you have
Poppy
to run,
does not exist.
You
Poppy.
have to run Loyal Pony, and you have to run
Fluttershy.
Kind Pony.
Squiggles.
Dang it.
God,
You can
what is
Poppy
it?
just fine here. You should
What is his
Poppy.
name?
Not popping.
Squiggles.
Squabble.
Yes, we do have to run
Poppy.
Squabble. So this is just like generate
have to run.
all the value.
Uh,
a couple of
and you
run
you
two
have
Celestia.
We haven't added
run
Pinky and Skystar
Celestia.
yet.
I added
By
Celestia.
Celestia, I mean
I know. Oh, day shift.
Day Shift.
It's
Right.
high noon.
I mean, we should also run Celestia.
We're also running high noon. Alright, we're running 3 squabbles. Oh my gosh. I don't even know. Okay. So
Pinky and Skystar.
and we'll get there.
And we have
Jeez,
to run...
everyone's
You
just
moved
like
away
just
for multicolors.
We need Rainbow Dash and Pirate
Plushy Dash.
Plush Dash. Yes.
oh yeah. I mean, I guess it's only mono blue. Boring. Alright, fine.
I mean, we need monocolored cards to
What is
be able
this
to play the multicolored cards.
We're gonna need some motivational speeches.
I don't even. Yeah, we are. We're
I think you know who else I think we need?
You want a
Cluetown
Cluetown?
Citizens.
Yeah.
yeah, we're gonna need some clues down for sure. Actually, that's part of the reason why multicolor friends are so good here is we can pitch them with clues down.
Stick.
I'm not gonna run stick.
Yeah, we can discard Celestia to be able to play Shoeshine with no other entry.
Animoy says Brian. Yeah, Brian's a good choice.
He is.
Resource removal.
3 resource removal is mandatory.
And protects
And
our
there's only
Celestia since
2
Shoeshines.
in Beyond.
So
Okay.
are we
You gotta-
running dilemmas?
You got to deal with them sticks.
Oh, I think we got to run the pink dilemma. helps us turn on our Celestias, our High Noons, rather.
Okay. I don't think we need 3 main 6s.
No, we don't.
I think we can do 2 main 6s. I do
This is
think...
Especially
probably
since,
okay.
especially since discarding them to Cluj Town doesn't help us.
Right. I like the idea of running a couple Fluttershy Pony Pirates.
Sure.
Breaks through some Troublemaker walls. It's not bad. Right? It's okay.
No.
How many troublemakers are there in Beyond?
4?
There are 5.
5?
And one of them is Grubber.
Yeah.
And one of them is Storm King. And then...
Who's our main?
Our main is Skystar.
Skystar.
Skystar? Okay.
Our main is Skystar. Because we're playing a card with 4 pink wrecks, so we have to. We have no choice.
Yeah, makes sense.
Should obviously make more seashells.
Currently, blue is the hardest thing.
Additional seashells.
Currently, blue is the hardest thing for us to meet our requirement on.
Yeah, that's what we have all these blue-yellow cards to discard to Cluj Town for.
Okay, so Bugle, you said you wanted to run the pink dilemma.
I think that's a good choice, yeah. It helps us turn on Celestia, it combos with other Celestia, and bypasses Troublemakers.
That's fair. Corralling Critters is fun, but doesn't generate AT because we can't run Setting Moon. Because that is not a core legal card by any stretch of the imagination. And this isn't even a core legal. Well, this deck is core legal.
Yeah, it is.
This is technically core legal. Okay. So let's take a look at what we've got right now. And then we'll go back in and we'll edit. So we've got Sky. For our entry, we have 3 Motivational Speech, 3 Cluj Town Citizens, 3 Kind Ponies, and 3 Loyal Ponies.
That seems fine.
Well, the yellow seems fine, because with the exception of Pinky and Skystar and Shoeshine, our yellow is all at 2.
Uh-huh.
But the blue, our cards are all at 3 right now, with the exception of Fluttershy, which is at 2.
Well,
I mean, we have motivational speech.
We do.
Loyal Pony is mostly there for her ability.
That's true.
I guess that... But, I mean, you're right. Loyal Pony doesn't actually do anything except turn on not day shift, midnight, the other one, noon.
Fluttershy and High Noon.
Yeah, Fluttershy and High Noon, that's it.
Yeah.
We've got 5 slots left.
We have 0 events. Are there any events that we would want to play?
Well, let's take a look.
There's double Sapocli event, or attack.
Brio.
There's...
Brio's not here. Wait. What? Oh, that one.
Oh, there is It's Time to Be Awesome.
It's Bobo
Yes,
Day at Chipotle.
There is time to be awesome.
I think we should run some of those, because why not? Because we're in this color.
Except you have to buy 2 to get 0 free.
We have 0 yellow events.
Well, but now we
At
have...
all.
Now we have... Oh. In the... Really?
Yeah, there are no yellow events in that set.
There's
happen?
also
'cause
no
blue
pink
got 2.
events.
Wait.
Yes, there are no blue event, or there's no pink events and no yellow events, aside from time to be awesome.
I mean, Pink didn't need any good... Like, Pink got belly flop, and so it's good for the next 20 sets.
20 sets. It won't be legal in core for 20 sets.
Care.
Unless they suddenly extend the block length to be like 20 sets.
Ugh.
All right,
No, we're going to reprint it like once every set for the next 20 sets. Okay? Okay, good.
Yes.
So
Can it be a functional reprint with a different name?
So then I
Yes.
could have more... Oh, God.
okay, so
Because
sorry, go ahead.
because you know what we need?
What do we need?
We don't need 3 belly flops. We don't need 6 belly flops. We need 9 belly flops.
Yeah. Is Random Wonders 2 rec?
Yes, Random Wonders is 2 rec, and I'm adding 2 copies in there so that we can also include a couple copies of
poppy.
Pinkie Pie Joyous Sea Pony to transform
need-
both that and our Pinky and Skystar.
Poppy?
Yes.
We are not running Poppy.
I want the Poppy.
And build a Poppy deck then.
Can we
We
stop
already
the pop?
did.
Can we stop the pop? Yeah, we can.
Yeah, can we?
We can
I
dismiss the
kind of
pop.
want
With what?
Potty Mare. Sorry,
It's time to be
Potty Mare.
awesome.
With time to be awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm also dropping Celestia down to 2. And now we'll leave Celestia at 3.
Celestia at 3 is good because we can discard
House
spare
plays
ones.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, let's.
What are we at?
We're at
card-wise?
we're at 45.
Oh.
Let's take a look at the
Let's
deck.
take a look. All right, so we got Skystar.
Goodness.
We got our problem deck, which is set in stone for us. There is literally no choice for the problem deck right now. So, chat, in case you were like, your problems
Yes,
suck,
Marcus, we could run unconfrontable problems.
this is technically true. And technically, they're all confrontable if we have enough motivational speeches.
Yeah.
Well, they don't stack exactly.
Let's take a look at the best possible ways that our deck can generate value. Method number 1. We can have a Shoeshine in play while we play main 6 and retire all of our opponent's friends. And in
Adequate.
doing so, also
sounds
make
weird.
Shoeshine gigantic.
And DFO.
And DFO, yes. Method number 2. We can have a Shoeshine in play along with a Squabble while we have Banquet Baking as our problem, and we can make Shoeshine infinite power.
And DFO. No, we need ping. Well, we're eating all of the friends.
I mean,
tokens,
you can have another
so-
body there if you've got like a Pinkie Pie or something.
Yeah.
Method number 3. We have Celestia, and we have It's Time to Be Awesome. Both of these cards are pretty good. Also, we have Celestia with Day Shift as well.
And a dilemma to play off of
I mean,
her.
she's already swift. Like,
Right, but... Oh, I see what you mean. Yes, no, we have Day Shift with Time to Be Awesome, which is
yeah.
kind of good, and Dilemmas. So we can just aggro really hard. We've also got some good movement with Rainbow Dash and First Mate Mullet, as well as Rainbow Dash and Pinkie Pie Wild Wonders. Method number 4 of generating value. We have Pinkie Pie Joyous Sea Pony, who is capable of transforming either our Wild Wonders or our Surprise Guests, and letting us play them again.
Would
You should be
it
able to
better to
transform
run
main 6.
Dash Sea Pony? Because we
So
do have
that
more
is-
dashes than pinkies.
You do have more dashes, but that is a question for whether you would like this to focus on aggro or interaction.
An interaction wins games.
And interaction tends to win games, yes. So I think
mean-
Pinky is the right answer here.
Unless you can make it so your opponent can't interact. Then that also wins games.
We also only have... well, we do have some more dashes, that's true. Although Pinkie is right there in the center of the main 6, I'm going to go ahead and rule that we can transform, because I can point to her right there.
Exactly.
There she is. That's her.
Uh-huh.
I don't think that works that way.
Official ruling!
On the other hand, Angel is a changeling.
It's true. Angel is also a pirate. Oh, but she has the pirate trait. Okay, that's fair.
Change.
Yes, because it works on substrings. And Angel,
Oh, yes.
There we go. Alright, there is list number 2.
this is shenanigans.
This is Value Town. Value Town Citizen.
Value Town Citizens. There we go. That's the deck name.
Okay.
Beyond Block Value Town Citizens.
And as for this thing,
Okay. So you know what needs to be made next? A
No.
popper beyond black deck.
why would you
No.
do this? Why would you do this, Cheese? I'm fairly certain you can just, like, randomly select 45 cards and it'll probably work about as well as anything else. You'll hit most of your entry in the process. You'll get hung up on the multicolor cards, but, like, whatever.
So we're building Mosh Pit except without the right main. Sounds bad.
It's even worse than
So,
that.
well, going back to our Value Town Citizens, we have included Arcat's favorite thing.
Randomness?
Poppy?
No. Skystar Chicken.
We do get to play Skystar Chicken, and as we
yeah.
know, the rule goes, you never don't play Skystar Chicken.
Never don't Skystar Chicken.
In this deck, yeah.
I mean, you can open with Pearl Heist, but
But why
seriously,
would you?
you're going to Skystar Chicken. It's mandatory.
Yeah, it's pretty
I
silly.
am mildly sad that we did not manage to keep a Muffin Mare in here, because if unchecked, she gets silly.
Muffin Mare isn't legal.
Derby, but yes, I
Or
forgot what
Party Mare.
her primary. Yeah, I was thinking about her, but
I think the other options we have here are pretty decent. There's more interaction that's present. And we really do need the Celestias to be able to get into our entries so we can just throw them all away.
Animalize says don't play Harmony. I think he's saying that we should build a Harmony deck for our third deck.
Don't play Harmony. No, he's quoting me on that. That was a quote from several weeks ago. I don't remember what the context of it was. I still maintain that quote. Don't play Harmony.
And I don't speak English.
do you know how many combo decks are in Harmony right now? So many.
There are
Infinity.
There are a ton of combo decks in Harmony right now. You know how many of them matter?
1,
Like 2, maybe.
2. Are you counting Peck?
Maybe either that or Apple Turnover.
Oh yeah.
Pile did okay in Eiko.
Pile did do okay in Heiko, so did 104.3. Anyway, we have one more thing we need to do here, which is to figure out a name for that first deck. There's Troublemakers, there's Tempest.
You mean Fizzlepop Berry Twist?
Hmm?
Fizzlepop Berry Twist.
Oh, that's
Quibble
right.
Twist.
We have to Trouble Twist.
Oh
Quibble Twist.
But
Because
Quibble
Quibble is totally the most important card in
I
this deck.
know, like
That doesn't match my headcanon.
Plus, it sounds like a ship name, which makes R even happier.
By which you mean unhappy.
There's another kind of R happiness.
I hate you so much. I hate you so much.
I mean, feel free to contradict me.
And I'm the always happy Aracat. You know, that's his tagline, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Sure.
Okay, so the deck name is Aracat Hates This Deck.
The deck name is Grumbling
Erica
Noises.
loves Berry Twist. There we go.
I hate you.
Aracat loves Berry Twist. I love it. Sounds good to me.
Oh my god. Why?
Perfect.
Why do you do this to me?
You know why we do this.
You
to
asked us to.
Yeah, you brought it up. You brought this upon yourself, sir.
No, the deck name is Aracat Hates This Deck name.
this deck has no name.
Well,
I believe it is So Now Go Moon, Bye Bye Bandit. No, wait.
so now go moon, 1,000 years, bye bye banish time, and that's only if we're being nice and shortening it.
See, but you probably don't remember the whole thing at this point. No cheating and looking up.
We wrote the whole thing down.
You
on
did
our
write the
Gen
whole
Con
thing
deck
down,
lists
and it circled the deck list twice.
multiple times.
I wish I had the
because-
tab open, because I would totally read it right now. We
No,
fear
you
you have
wouldn't.
misunderstood our wishes.
And that's all that you remember of
That's
it.
because that's all you ever let me say.
Correct.
Exactly.
And that's all you remember of it. So, without having to go and cheat and look it up, that's all you get.
Anyway. Okay, so this deck building was fun, and it showed us a couple things, right? First off, what lessons can we take away? In the case of Aracat Loves Berry Twist, we learned that you can start by identifying key synergies around what your deck is trying to do, and just absolute includes on cards. If you're running Tempest, then Grubber is basically an absolute include, and Paper Twilight is also basically an absolute include.
Usually.
We were able to change how we were getting into our entry based on the requirements of our friends and based on how many colors we were running. We started off running a 3-color deck with Applejack, and we were using Singing Barrel for entry. But by the time we switched over to only running 2 colors, Motivational Speech became a better choice because it lets us play our blue events outside of our main phase. Or outside of our turn, rather.
Also, it lets us confront with Tempest.
Well, Singing Barrel can do the same thing, but it costs 1 AT every turn.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Not that we are short on AT in this deck.
Right. In Sequestria and Beyond, we learned that the more limitations, or I'm sorry, in what was it? Clujetown, Value Town Citizens. That's it.
Value Town Citizens.
Yeah. In Value Town Citizens, we learned that the more you restrict
insane.
yourself, well, we learned we're insane. We learned we like combos. We learned we like value. We learned that the more you restrict yourself on sets, the harder you have to work for entry. And so you've got to try to make every entry piece as efficient as possible. Main 6, the friend, the colorless friend, could have potentially worked, but that card takes so long to actually get you the entry that you need.
That is not a good card.
It's not a good option.
It's a card that you honestly hope that you never have to run.
Sometimes you're forced to, especially in limited events.
Yeah, well, yes. In limited events, sometimes it's like, yep, I have to run that because I need it. But in a constructed
Fine
deck,
with Novo in limited.
Eh.
Turn 1, play it home. Or turn 2, play it to home, flip Novo, confront your Pearl Heist is not bad play.
Okay. We still learned that you've got to try to watch your entry at all times. And notice that in each of these decks, despite the fact that we were playing in more restrictive environments, there are some things that do not change. We wanted to make sure we had ways to interact with our opponent's friends. And we wanted to make sure that we had resource removal. Because resource removal is important. Even if all your opponent is doing is playing a motivational speech, if you can lock them out of a color and save yourself a turn or two, while your opponent has to draw to try to find another option, that's a lot of value. And then we made sure that our problem deck synergized with what we were trying to do. For Troublemaker Control, it's a little bit less important that every problem in your deck becomes confrontable, especially with things like blackmail. Whereas with our Value Town deck, well, we didn't actually learn anything there. Those were the only 10 choices. I didn't learn a thing!
We learned that when you were required to run 3 different colors worth of problems, you're probably running 3 colors in your main deck.
Guess what, Sugar Cube? You're illegal in this format. Get out.
Is no AJ in Sequestria.
I mean, there's some AJs.
Nah.
There's like 2 AJs. Both are bad.
There's 3.
2 is basically 3.
2 is basically...
Flutterjack, who's really good.
Alright. Before we get off on a number of other tangents, this has gone long enough. I think we'll go ahead and wrap up our deck building for today here. Chat, thank you for joining us and sticking along through the madness and the technical difficulties at the beginning. We would like to give a big shout out to all of our patrons on Patreon. Thank you so much for your regular support. If you aren't currently a patron and you enjoy what we do, please consider donating, because doing so will give you some awesome rewards like the ability to vote on polls to determine what future videos we produce, a chance to share your own deck creations to be reviewed live and compare it against our horrible live deck building lists, and even the ability to challenge members of Sim or other patrons to feature duels using wacky rules, like, for example, Beyond Block Only. Hint, hint.
Please,
No,
please
not.
don't.
Please don't do this.
Or do.
What GP is saying is he wants you to challenge him specifically to Beyond Block.
I'll just run that list.
Also,
I'll just run that list.
non-meta, because currently our 1 meta deck has just been discovered.
You're gonna make me do orange, purple, white.
No. No, you build Poppy.
I'm not building Poppy. If you have comments or questions you'd like to send our way,
Poppy.
Poppy.
or you're just interested in hearing about what we're working on for the future,
Poppy.
Poppy.
there it is. There are many ways you can stay in contact. We have our Patreon, as mentioned previously, but we also have a Facebook page, facebook.com/commentaryismagic. It is not
Well, see,
poppy.com.
I wasn't even going to do that one. Come
What
on.
about our
We're
Poppy?
on Twitter at CIM_Poppy. You can email us at commentary@gmail.com. And patrons at or above the Poppy per month level get access to our Slack channel, where you can chat live with Poppy any day, anytime.
I have 0 regrets.
Seriously, our Poppies are Poppy.
Wait, we lost it.
Have you lost your mind, Aura? Will you at least post the links? Okay, good. We posted the links. Okay, good deal. We can still function. Yay, functioning! If you're looking to watch any of our previous videos, including tournament recordings, you can find them on our YouTube channel, which is linked in the sidebar, and please make sure to subscribe so we can actually have a channel URL that makes some amount of sense. Maybe we'll even throw Poppy at it. With all that said, thank
Poppy
you.
is magic.
Thank you to each and every one of our viewers, both here now and watching this recording later. We are, as always, Commentary is Magic. I am, as
I think
always,
you mean
Poppy.
Poppy is magic.
I am, as always, Poppy.
Emperor Bugle.
Poppy.
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 Thank you, the rest of you Poppies, for picking up on what I was doing. Ruin it, Bugle. I mean Poppy. Anyway,
Poppy.
thanks, guys. This was a lot of fun. We'll be back next week.
Bye.
See ya.
I think we broke Grandpa's